Hello everyone, the league has started and retaliation skills are here. I'm gonna go over and test a lot of just interactions and questions I had about these skills real quick, and hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions as well. I have all the gems right here, along with a bunch of other stuff, and we will just see what's up with these skills, if they have anything neat. The first thing we're going to look at is Vengeful Cry. This one is a little bit different than all of the other retaliation skills in that you can retaliate against a savage hit instead of a blocked hit. A savage hit is a hit that does 15% or more of your life. And yes, you can trigger the savage hit with self damage. So throw in the Vengeful Cry, press Dowager's Elixir, and it becomes usable. So very, very cool. I believe also it should be triggerable in the Eternal Apple, like so. Oh, maybe not. You know, it doesn't say it's not triggerable, but oh no, there it goes. It was just the endurance charges were falling off too early. Okay, so yes, it is triggerable in Eternal Apple as well, if you did want to use that for auto war crying. And this is a big deal because just having this buff up gives you, you know, lots and lots of rage. I need the shield on to show it. And you can see our rage is now regenning and our max rage is 55 while the buff is up. So if you get, you know, skill effect duration, more duration, war cry buff effect, all those things scale this. This is going to be very strong, very meta this league. You can trigger it in a number of ways, like, you know, obviously the Dowager's Elixir, like I showed here, but you can do a more automated setup, like trigger Forbidden Right. If you don't do Eternal Apple, you will still need to press the War Cry, but I don't think it's really a big deal for how powerful it is. Yeah, very crazy skill. Another thing that's really good about this is we have the nodes on the tree, where you have a chance when you use a retaliation skill for a different retaliation skill to become usable, right? So all the other ones require blocking to become usable, but with this tech you can actually make them usable without having to block. So let's just try and get this triggered real quick. It's a 35% chance, so it's not triggering. What the heck? There it goes. It took like 6 tries. And that's our crushing fist, so very cool. Obviously you can get unlucky streaks, but personally I'm excited for this kind of playstyle. I really like proc mechanics, getting lucky streaks. It's pretty fun to me. But yeah, now that we've gone over, you know, our Vengeful Cry, I guess we can go test a couple things. I have a golden rule set up. So golden rule with 100% chance to poison. And we're just going to test hits. And it should be a good time. The main ones I want to look at are going to be Swordstorm and the Divine Judgment, the spell retaliation skill. So let's go look at these real quick. Now, Swordstorm does need to be dual wielded. And yep, easily 8 poisons on the boss, so it is easily hitting 8 times, which is very good. The other one I want to look at is Divine Retribution. And this one's pretty interesting because it has overlaps. It's a spell. And just casting it directly on the boss already hit 4 times. So without anything else, just, yeah, already hitting 4 times. That's a lot. If it's already hitting 4 times in the center, that is a ton of damage. Now it should be supportable by Spell Cascade as well. It is. Oh my god. What about Awaken Spell Cascade? 16 hits just name locking the boss from Awaken Spell Cascade with basically no AoE investment. 17, a little off. Alright, what about if we add Ink AoE? Will that change anything or make it worse? 16 hits still. How about Concentrated Effect? That's crazy. That's a consistent 16 hits from that. That is so much damage. If the boss is moving, it gets a little harder. But as long as you are name locking, it looks to be pretty consistent. The boss isn't moving and you just name lock it. Yeah, that is a crazy amount of damage. That is way more than I was expecting. It's way easier than I was expecting too. So Divine Retribution with Awakened Spell Cascade is going to be pretty dang hefty. It's going to do a lot of damage. Anyways, that is very cool. What else did we want to look at? One thing I did want to check is how far away you need to be for Eviscerate. So let's do this. So it did not hit from there. If I'm right next to the boss, I do get 2. Oh, you can see the slashes on the ground, so around here is where it diverges, right? So yeah, about that range. What if you have increased AoE? It's about the same. So yeah, in melee range, you're like basically guaranteed to get both hits, which is pretty good. We also have, you know, increased retaliation skill AoE on the tree, 60%, which is pretty good. I think that only really affected the width of the slashes. No, it does go out a little bit further, so god, those get huge with AoE investment. That's pretty cool. Alright, I did want to see if any of these could be used with Unarmed. So let's try Crushing Fist, as it doesn't have a weapon type requirement. And it can. And let's also try Swordstorm, since this one requires dual wielding. I do have Hollow Palm Technique in, so we are counted as dual wielding. However, it doesn't look like we are able to use it, so... Oh wait, gloves as well. My bad. Yeah, it doesn't look like we are able to use Swordstorm. Unfortunate. Alright. Now, as you might have noticed, the sword I had in was a savior. Let us unallocate Resolute Technique and see if we can get any savior clones for these skills. Now, my assumption is that we can get clones. However, they will not be able to use the skills because they cannot meet the requirements to make them usable, but we'll see. Do you need to do this? Don't know if I crit. We'll just try a few times. Let's put increased critical strikes in. Area for Swordstorm is pretty big. Okay, so we did get the clone. However, it doesn't seem to be able to do anything, as far as I can tell. Let's look at that again. Oh, almost died. Don't want that. Uh-oh, I didn't block. Yeah, the clones are not doing anything even when the skill is usable. So that's unfortunate. Savior does not work. Feels bad. I kind of figured it wouldn't, but it would have been cool if it did. It would have been a lot of damage. One other thing I have to test is I do have Fatal Flourish jewels. So the skills aren't supportable by multi-strike, but maybe there is a chance that the repeats from Fatal Flourish do work. So let's try that out. I think it'll be easiest to see with Crushing Fist. So let's go ahead and do that one. That is very weird. So it looks like I'm getting like 2 animations. I can't tell. It looks like I'm getting a second animation, but not a second skill use. So it seems a little buggy, but obviously it does not work, unfortunately. So there's no way to cheese these with Fatal Flourish. But yeah, did I have anything else I wanted to test or talk about? I don't think there was too much. Oh, right. So there are these increased speed nodes for retaliation skills. It's not really something they've had in the game as a stat before, but this is just like, it basically applies to all the skills. It's Warcar use speed, it's cast speed, it's attack speed. It is just a general increased speed, so it applies to all of them. And oh yeah, we wanted to see if they could be used by General's Cry. Let's go do that. So we have General's Cry, and I do have a Desecrate. They don't appear to be doing anything, as expected. So yeah, no General's Cry on these. And I believe that is about it. But yeah, Divine Retribution, pretty cool, super hyped for that. It hits way more times than I expected, especially with Spell Cascade in. And the other ones will all be pretty cool for their intended uses, but no interactions out of the ordinary. And then of course we have Vengeful Cry, which I'm expecting to be quite meta this league, with a lot of self-damage setups, especially maybe even self-chill, because they already use Forbidden Right to keep up the self-chill, so adding in Vengeful Cry seems like kind of a no-brainer. But yeah, that's all for this. I hope the video was informative, and let me know if there's anything you think I missed or you have any questions on this, because this is what I came up with, but I couldn't necessarily think of every potential interaction by myself. And yeah, I hope you'll have good luck with your league starts. I'm definitely playing Divine Retribution now. This gem is crazy. Alright, have a good one.